there's a few legendary voices in the history of rock and roll that have been challenging for me as far as liking them. There's always those voices. I mean, you can't hear it. You have a visceral reaction. You can't help when you hear someone and you don't like their voice. There's tons of people that are in that group. Okay, just the obvious ones. Bob Dylan, right? Some people the thing people say about Bob Dylan is, well, I didn't really like his voice, but I kind of got into his poetry. Then I liked his voice. Leonard Cohen is another one. Neil Young. Someone had mentioned today when we were talking about it, William Hung. Hold on, let me write that down. Tom Waits, Leon Redbone. We have those people, but then you get to there's a sometimes, and believe it or not, it's a maturity for some people, not for everyone, where for whatever reason, like Randy Newman's a good example of some people who didn't like the talk singing that he does, but then people start checking out the lyrics and they go, yeah, I'm kind of ready for more. And I really like his lyrics. And I like the fact that he has a wink in his eye. I like the fact that he's humorous. I never liked humorous music before. And so there's a lot of examples of that kind of thing. There's an example, Sire, Geddy Lee. You know what? It's an acquired taste for some people. I'm going to put him in the obvious category, even though I love Geddy Lee. Thank you very much. But there is a voice that is a genre leading voice in rock and roll. I'll get to all your comments in a second. That for whatever reason for me, and it's because of the angst in the voice maybe, you ever notice sometimes people say, how does a song make you feel? Sure, it does this and that's catchy. It's a good driving song and you tap your toes to it. But how does it make you feel? And some of you guys might guess who this is. Everything that this person in a group released was like a deep vacuumous hole of emotional need, ready to suck the freaking life right out of you. Everything this person did just depressed me, made me feel heavy. You know that person that comes in the room and whenever they come in the room, you go, oh man, oh geez. Even before they open their mouths, you can feel the energy and there's just something really incredibly heavy about it. So the voice that did that for me was Kurt Cobain. Kurt Cobain, every time he opened his mouth, every time I'd see him interviewed, and I know that's part of this chick, and I know he suffered from mental illness, obviously. He got rid of himself, he did. And it was sad, and I was sad the day that it happened because I realized the how many people he affected, and not in the way he affected me. How many he was the grunge guy. I mean, he was the king of grunge. His band, Nirvana, were the kings of grunge. They started something huge. And every time I heard them on the radio, Smells Like Teen Spirit, 1.3 billion listens on Spotify. That's insane. But that's how big that song is. For a band that only released 3 albums, it's amazing how much they sold. James, I'll get to yours in a second. But every time I would listen, every time Smells Like Teen Spirit would come on, or any of the songs, especially the unplugged stuff, because he has that kind of raspy, his voice had been described as like scratchiness that's on top of his voice. Dave Grohl once said he was straining his voice in the beginning, and he had to go to a vocal coach because eventually he would damage his voice singing that way. But then he proceeded to sing a little differently, but not that different, but at least doing it with the right machinery within his throat. But he had a cranky kind of voice that sounded like it was almost broken, but it worked. I mean, you can't. 3 albums. Never mind 10 million copies in the U.S. alone, only in the U.S. 30 million copies worldwide and still going strong. In Utero, 5 million copies, 14 million worldwide. I mean, this band was a phenomenon, and every time I'd hear them, I would feel like I would. To me, the it was like hearing, which he came upon honestly because of who he was. You know, he had troubles. He had severe angst. He had Courtney Love, and he just even interviews with him, you'd see the fact that it wasn't as bad as Axl Rose's. You're right, but Axl Rose's the music around Guns N' Roses, I could take more than Nirvana. Nirvana was just so over, like just, and that was part of the charm for so many people, right? People could empathize with that quality in his voice. Like nearly 24 million monthly listeners, Nirvana. Like I said, formed in 1987. He died April 5th, 1994. He's part of the 27 Club. He was 27 years old. And there was something to him. I mean, obviously you die young when you do that much. You're going to be Yoko. Yes, good one. You're immortalized into this heavenly sort of creature, which he was, but he earned it. I mean, look at the sales. He earned it all over the world. You can't go into a crowd of people without a few of them in any crowd, or a lot of them really, when you consider how big they were, that didn't love them. I know that. I know that. Chris Novoselic, Dave Grohl. I've always had problems with Chris' name. And there's other notables like Kesha. She always comes up in lists of people that I don't like that voice. Iggy Azalea, Britney Spears, Gwen Stefani. They're kind of in the same groove. Rebecca Black of Fridays. By the way, before we go on, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Travis Barker of Blink-182 is in hospital, and his daughter has asked people to pray for him. So we're thinking that it's serious. TMZ just broke the story before I came on, so I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that. So far, we don't have any other news. Of course, he married Kourtney Kardashian. That's usually the start of anybody's downfall. Just joking. He had that plane crash in 2008, and Blink-182 have had constantly albums appear on the top 100, in the top 10, even like 9 in 2019, number 3. So we're going to follow that up, and we'll get more news for you. But I'm going to get to your comments right now, and I want to see what you guys are saying. Okay, where's my YouTube? It's always weird getting used to us doing live feeds and me going on here and trying to find myself on the computer when I don't have my oh, it's not coming up. I don't know why. Let's go home. Let's go to the home page. Oh, I know why. Okay, never mind. Give me a second, guys. I will start a new window and we'll be good. So I can read your comments. I want to read your comments because it's always important to know how you guys are doing and what you guys are feeling. Like that picture I put on the banner? A crazy. I know. Here we go. So, what do you guys think? What are the singers? And remember, there's no wrong answers. I say this every time. You can't help the way you feel. No one can tell you not to like something or like something. Your body will respond to something. So I want to know your answers to this. And Travis Barker, if something breaks tonight, we will let you know his condition. So far, there's no news. Travis Barker is just in the hospital. It sounds serious, TMZ says, because his daughter is asking for prayers. So as soon as something breaks, I will let you know. So Sire Stamey says Geddy Lee is known for either loving or loathing him. Michael Stipe is another one. I'm not a big Michael Stipe fan. Don't like the band. Todd Lancaster. He's a great singer and wrote some great songs, but Sammy Hagar for me. There you go. And you're not wrong because your body is responding to it. You know what? It's just the way it goes. You walk into a party, there's gonna be someone you're gonna love in there, and there's gonna be some like I say sometimes some people don't like my channel because they don't like my delivery. They don't like my voice. They don't like my face, and they can't help that. I'm not gonna change anything. I'm just gonna be me. But you're going to get people who walk into that party and look at your face or hear your stories and maybe not like you. So you're not wrong. First impressions about a human being, that's a little different. So I'm not attacking his character. Obviously, the guy had a lot of problems. He really, really did. So anyway, Nicole Murphy, Axl Rose, and Michael McDonald. I love Michael McDonald a lot, but you're not wrong. It's what you feel. James Bashirs, good evening, John. Hope everyone is well. Thank you. Press the like button if you'd like to hang out. And I like to come on every night. I don't always come on every night. Just to see what you guys love or what you guys hate. The night shows are basically things that move you. Oh, Cyrus says, I hate all whiny voices from early 2000 groups. Some 41, Blink 182. I hate some 41. Sire, Cobain was pretty good. He was. Look what he did. He challenged, changed, inspired a revolution. He inspired so many other musicians. I mean, listen, I'm not taking away from what he did. I'm just saying it's nails on a chalkboard when he sings for me. James Bashir, Michael McDonald is one. Ringo Starr, Chris. I'm a homer when it comes to the Beatles, so it's hard for me to dislike anything they did. John Oakseys, John Davison, when he had his talk show, would destroy popular hits. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yes, good one. Moko. Shelley Burke had a similar voice as Geddy Lee. Day Tripper. I remember Shelley Burke, of course. Oh no, sorry to hear you say that. I'm a huge Nirvana fan. Well, listen, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. No one's wrong. It's just that's just my body reacted to it. I don't think I'd want to hang out with the guy because he just seemed like he was a smart alecky guy. But he got fame and a lot of it quite young. So when that happens, sometimes you get an attitude. Sometimes celebrity stops you from growing emotionally. It happens. And I could be wrong about people like Demi Lovato, but I look at that and I'm going, oh, I don't know what the heck's going on there. Because celebrity hurt went after her at a young age, and in my opinion, I don't think it helped her. But Kurt Cobain, I don't think the worst thing you can have in life, especially with a guy that had the stuff going on inside of him, is the worst thing you can have. And you hear me say this a lot: is getting everything you ever wanted, and he did a lot. But it doesn't fill your cup, right? So we know how he ended. Cobain's voice, Trans 9, Cobain's voice is annoying. Axl Rose's voice is Chinese democracy. It was horrid. Thank you. Day Tripper, you feel the same way I feel about Geddy Lee. There you go. Sire, Cobain had stomach issues that were so debilitating that they influenced his voice. There you go. Editing matters. Yoko. You're not the first. Melody R. Hey, from Saskatchewan. Hey, Melody. And I named my son after the Cobain. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Listen, I've never been, well, no, I wouldn't say I've never been. But when I was young, I'd go, how can you not like that? What's wrong with you? When you're young, when you're preteen, but then you become a teenager and you take music. I'm waving my hands way too much. I'm seeing myself on the screen. Trance 9, a lot of depressed people out there listening to Nirvana. Tom Clark. Well, I suffer from depression too, so it was like I didn't need that on top of everything else. Geddy Lee, no can. H. Godville 00. Dean Ween, lead singer of the band Ween. I could never listen to his singing voice. Tim says, for me, Derek Shulman acquired taste for Gentle Giant. I love Derek Shulman. I just love him. But see, you're not wrong. It's just the way it goes. You can't help not liking something. I love rock and roll. I still hate that song. Well, I have my days when I like it. So I've come on here and I've said, I can't listen to the song. Now we're talking about songs, though. Okay, Okay. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, you guys have good ones tonight. Okay, I'm losing my place here. Okay. Melody, the singer from Rat's voice drives me crazy. Sire says, best voice of all time, probably James Taylor. I love his voice. J. Bobby, Gmail. Aerosmith, Steven Tyler's voice is horrible. Trance 9, not a fan of Miles Kennedy's voice. Slash needs a better singer. You're not the first to say that. I actually don't mind his voice. Bubba Schwartz, Cat Stevens, and Roger Waters. I hate Roger Waters' voice. Mark Burchett, hey John, smash that like button. Ka-ching. Only 32 likes. Am I being too negative? Dennis Casto. Bob Dylan is tops for me, and he's tops for a lot of people. Ronnie James Dio. I know that'll trigger a few. I understand that. You can't help not liking something. Sire, Paul Stanley has pretty bad while he was lip syncing. Sonia. I love Kurt's voice on Something in the Way. MTV Unplugged. Sonia, nice to have you on here. Lorikins, I don't know how to say that. Neil Young is depressing and whiny for me, a lot of people. Yeah. H. Godville, 2000. Leonard Cohen, one of the greatest songwriters of all time, but I cannot stand his voice. He kind of talks, sings. W13, third guy, Sebastian Bach. Bubba Schwartz, Billy Joel Armstrong. I was looking up worst singers of all time, and I looked up a few lists, and Billy Joel Armstrong, Billy Joe, came up on a lot of lists. Mark Burchett, Axl Rose, can't stand his voice. He comes up on a lot of lists. Chase Towers, Bruce Springsteen. South Jersey Matt, my own voice announce me the shit out of me. I hate my own voice. Chase is cutting up right now upstairs. Felix Cavalieri. By the way, it's actually spelled Felix Cavalieri, but he lets people say Cavalieri. Just so, by the way, we got Lou Graham tomorrow. Lou Graham, 11 o'clock Atlantic time. Bubba, I like your wife's face and voice. I love her voice. I like her face too. I like her face. Her face hasn't changed very much in the last 25 years. War Jackie, by the way, thank you. I say thank you for Shannon. Greg Lake disliked Michael McDonald and Axl Rose. Okay. J Bobby, I'll call you. That guy who sings What a Wonderful World, Louis Armstrong, now that voice blows, but not in a good way. I used to end my show with What a Wonderful World when I lived in Edmonton. Ambika says, I love Michael Stipe. Can't stand Neil Young, too whiny. That's the thing. Mark Burchett, you can't be talked out of hating something when your body reacts to music, a voice, right? I found myself tapping my toes to a Celine Dion song once, and I play a lot of Celine Dion. Well, I used to in the station I work at in Vancouver. But I'll move on. Mark Burchett, music is subjective. Yes. Brian, I love everything about your channel. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. That's very nice. Melody R, I love Burton Cummings. I love Burton Cummings so much. I'm still trying to get an interview with him. Lukather 5150. Awesome interview with Feed JB. There's many parts to come, but the whole thing's on Rock History Book, our sister channel. Nicole Taylor, Eddie Vedder. There you go, in the same grunge category, right? Ambika. Early 2000 bands sound alike to me. So true. We should do a whole thing on that. Thank you for mentioning that. Tom Griffin, Acquired Taste. Tom Petty, yes. Man, you guys are coming up with a good one. Alfred Mosley. I love so much different music that I am drawing a blank. There you go. Ambika. Michael McDonald's another. FD commercial success is no sign of greatness. Otherwise, we'd be listening to Spice Girls. That's true. Sonia. Third guy, ditto. Alfred says, hope you and your family are well. Good to see you. Thank you, Surf Boy. Hey, Surf Boy, nice to have you on here. What's up, John from Boston? Love Boston. Well, the band. Love them. Okay, where am I here? I've lost my place. Okay. Erasmo, Axl Rose is really annoying, man. And their interviews, Guns N' Roses, were very much like the interviews from Nirvana. that they were just like smart alecky and they just, they were young, right? That's a lot of fame. Dwight Bailey, hello, Surf Boy. Mark Burchett, Art Garfunkel is nails on a chalkboard. See, you can't help that. If it has that a reaction to you. Tim says, Steve Howe, yes. W13 guy, Debbie Boone. Top that. You light up my life. I can't sing it because I can't sing and I'll get a copyright strike. Dragon says, thanks for being honest. I have to throw in Kim Carnes. Oh, yeah. One of the Rod Stewart, female Rod Stewart. That with Bonnie Tyler. Michael Lewis, Tom Waits, Neil Young. Yeah, we mentioned those. Those are, and the obligatory Yoko. Rob Cochran. I can't stand people who can really sing Michael Bublé using auto-tune. I hate it, yeah. I interviewed Michael. Tim says, Jeff Berlin with Bruford. DJ H, Darren here, can't stand Billy Corgan's voice. Yeah, I don't like it either. For some of the same reasons. Rick, and by the way, Darren, nice to have you on here. Rick says, singer from the Smashing Pumpkins. He just mentioned it. Yeah, Billy Corgan. There you go. Surf Boy still don't like Bob Dylan's voice. Home account. I can't stand Kurt Cobain or Axl Rose. Both were awful singers. Awful. Louis Crowe, Eddie Vedder. There, he's come up a few times tonight. Brian Drexler. Bob Dylan is an acquired taste for sure, especially his vocals. Surf Boy. John Lennon didn't like his own singing voice. That's very common. Andre, early Rush albums, Geddy Lee sounded like a cackling witch. Okay, I didn't say that. You said that. Home account. How can you not like John Lennon? That's that you're talking to someone else. That's not me. I love John Lennon. These are interesting. Okay. Fender, Stratocaster, Telecaster, Yoko Ono on Double Fantasy. Yeah, she ruined the album. Nicole Kelly, love your channel. Keep up. Awesome work. Thanks, Nicole. Appreciate that. Surf Boy. Oh, I didn't like Michael McDonald's voice with the doobies. I like old, yeah, you like Tom's voice. Rick, Don Brewer, Grand Funk, raspy, he can't sing. I'm talking to Mark Farner next Tuesday. Mark Farner should have taken lead on American Band. Melody R, I love Elvis's voice. Had a much older sister. H. Godvilla, Chad Kroeger, Nickelback. He comes up in a lot of lists because people like to hate Nickelback, right? Sonia, Axl Rose sounds like Bugs Bunny to me, but apparently he used to sing lower in church. Dwight Bailey, hello, Fender, Stratocaster, Telecaster. Casey, I can't stand Dennis DeYoung's voice. Really? Oh my God. But he has a little bit of an acquired taste in there, but I love Dennis DeYoung so much. We interviewed him last year. Melody R, Tom Petty on my bad list. Thank you. Cecilia, CC So says, love Steve Perry, Greg Raleigh. Term So Fuse Police, Peter Cetera. Really? But he has a different voice. He has a distinctive voice too. FD, you should take a slow edition of likes as a compliment. We're all too engrossed in listening to you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. We got 64 likes. Thank you. If you're enjoying hanging out with us tonight, please like our video. April Patterson, personally, the voice I hated and now so love was Joe Walsh. There you go. There's a convert. In my case, as a teen, his voice and his songs were stupid and annoying. As an adult, I realized the brilliance of the man. There you go. DRM or, I don't know what that is. Steve Perry, Mickey Mouse. Hate it. Oh, okay. It always moves. I wish it didn't move ahead so much. Do. Okay. Robert Tolbert. No one is going to mention Bjork. Oh, no. Yeah, Bjork. Yeah. Air for breathe. Bjork. Mark Burchett. Yoko wasn't a singer. It was a secret weapon. Steve, Billy Joel. Yuck. A little vomit just came up. Oh. Dave J. Meister. I know he ain't rock and roll, but Toby Keith. Oh, there you go. Jimmy Buffett. Dylan. Morrissey. From the Ends, Yoko Ono. She's the winner tonight. Snowman, Yoko Ono, Bob Dylan. Dave says, want to add Van Morrison? See, there's a lot of those. And then they mumble. Chase Tower, Vetter. VOH, Kate Bush. Oh, there's another acquired taste. Number one artist now. Melody R. Love Mark Farner. I do too. He calls me Brother John. I'm going to talk to him for a third time on Tuesday. Right note, Mick Jagger, great songs with over-the-top vocals. He's very distinctive. You can tell him apart when you hear him. What do we got? Justin, well, you meant Justin Bieber. I mean Bieber. Boober. No Boober. Melody R. Farner. Yeah, you can get misspelled. When I go to write Mark Farner, spelling check will give me Farmer. So don't feel bad. Craig says, oh, I missed a few here. Oh, Robert says, Axl Rose sounds like Ethel Merman. Ethel Merman. Fender says, unfortunately, some drama material with John Davidson live and it's not suitable for him. Rick says, it's amazing how Mark Farner's voice gets better with age. He sounds amazing. It's crazy. We're going to put that interview up right away because we're trying to bring up our money this month. So we're working extra hard because I have to buy a new laptop. So we're trying to raise more funds. Snowman, everyone, please hit the like button. Thank you. Talking fast because we're getting so many things here. By the way, Travis Barker's in the hospital. TMZ just reported it. His daughter was asking for prayers, which TMZ looked at as a serious thing. Of course, he just married a Kardashian. But if anything comes through, we'll let you know. I have a few people looking at the story right now. So he's in hospital. It was an emergency. Craig says, can't get into Zeppelin because of Robert's voice. There were more haters in the beginning than there are now when the band first came out. James Bashir's, please don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you. Fender says, some songs live that John Payne performed with Asia. Cecilia CC, can't stand Bruce Springsteen. Don't hurt me. That's okay. You can't be wrong if you don't like someone's voice. I mean, liking someone personally is a different thing because, politically now people don't like some people. That's bigger than me. It's not about me. Dave J. Meister, Amy Winehouse. Oh, there you go. It's the first time she's come up tonight. Melody R. Not a Bob Seger fan. Oh, God, this moves so fast. Casey says Robert Plant is overrated. Trucker Kev. Hey, Trucker Kev. Sorry, Mr. Canadian, but Canadian John, but Leonard Cohen. West for me and it still is going to end the party real quick. Yeah, put Leonard Cohen, Suzanne on. Everyone. Nico from, Velvet Underground. Yeah. Ronnie Parker. Joe Walsh singing is so different from his talking voice. Just listen to Pretty Maids in a row. I've always thought his singing and his talking voice were similar. But Barb Olson, I could never stand the sound of Janis Joplin. You're not alone. Steve Fender, Eddie Vedder. Rick says, Mick's good buddy of mine. Mark's a buddy of mine. Oh, cool, Rick. I love Mark Farner. Sonia Flowers, I like the instrumental of Led Zeppelin, but was never a fan of Robert's voice. There you go. Dave Meister, Haley Williams from Paramore. The love child of Ronald McDonald and Wendy. She came up on lists. I looked at some lists and Haley Williams from Paramore came up. Sting. Oh, that's the first one for tonight. Thanks, Jimmy. Jimmy Hoffa, you're alive. Home account. Yoko Ono sounds like two cats fighting in the middle of the woods. She's worse lead singer than the AC/DC and the dude that sounds like he's gargling. Snowman. Take care, John. Hope your family is well. Thank you for coming on tonight. Todd Lancaster. If you haven't seen it, YouTube Chuck Berry and Lennon. It took Chuck Berry, the look Chuck Berry gives Yoko when she starts wailing over John and Chuck. Oh, I haven't seen that. I don't think I've seen that. Okay, hold on. Let me bring that down. Oh, did someone say Brad Delp? Oh, W13 guy, Brad Delp, because I can't sing along. Oh, he's such a great singer. One of my favorite singers of all time. It still bothers me that he's not with us. Tim says, Annette Peacock, the Roaches. DJ H says, couldn't take pitch breaks by, Dolores O'Riordan, but could tolerate it by Alanis Morissette. Oh, well, Dolores has left us. Steve, Brian Johnson sounds like he's taking a dump. Oh, the comedy. Thank you. I'll be here till Thursday. Carlo Diego. I was sure it was going to be Bob Dylan. I'm curious, yeah, what you guys thought it was going to be. Um, Jimmy Hoffa, Sting singing after being a stalker horde. Okay. Michael Lewis, Zach De La Rocha. He does too many little vocals. Tick, what? Thrown into, oh, like ticks. Yeah. Well, Michael Jackson was the king of ticks. He had like, what the hell? Amika, Bob Seger, I can't stand. The Nature Boy, 64. He doesn't seem like much of anything. Home account. Thank you for doing such an awesome show. God bless. Thanks. I appreciate that. Morning from Britain. Hi, Stephen. Fender says recently Robert Fripp's wife, Toya, yeah, is something not nice. I haven't never watched those. Hey, Samantha, nice to have you on here. Les Claypool, Primus. Hope you're doing well, Samantha. Samantha is an actress, and you should check her out on YouTube. She's got some good demo reels. David Carney, don't like Sheryl Crow. My wife can't stand Sheryl Crow. Shannon does not like her. Oh, Craig Cavalier, Joni Mitchell. There you go. Oh, there you go. We've got the. Oh no. Oh no. I can't. Craig. Oh no. I don't know. I don't know how to take them off. Okay, hold on. Stay there. Shan, can you bring my iPad? Can you find it? Someone's spamming us. I'll be able to take those guys off. I don't know why they do that. Tori Amos. Go away, spammer. Thank you, DA324. Chase Tower. Steven says, hi, Samantha. I'm an actor and a director still doing it, but career slowed down due to family commitments. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna mute those guys. Let's mute them, shall we? Hold on. Chase just brought it down. I will mute. I got it here. Thanks for your patience, everyone. I just don't want to have that kind of stuff on our channel. There you go. God, what do these people do that for? They have a lot of time on their hands, but their stuff should come down fairly soon. Let me see. Okay, good. Where are we? Stop spamming. Yes. Okay, Showstopper says, hi, John. Voices I can't stand. Axl Rose, Steven Tyler, and sometimes Mick Jagger. Oh, thank you for reporting the spammer. I appreciate that. H. Godvilla. Mike, Jeff Buckley, Simple. Oh, by the way, we just talked to Michael DeRosier. I know a lot of people, the Heart drummer for the heyday of Heart, the rock years of Heart. I know a lot of interviewers are saying it's Michael DeRosier, but I told him in the interview, and we got along really well. It was just such a great interview. Big influence on me as a drummer. I told him, I says, I knew some people with your last name, and since I'm from a French family, I don't speak French anymore. I said to him, I said, we called it DeRosier because that's what it was in French. And he says, actually, it is DeRosier, but in English, people want to say DeRosier. So, Mark Burchett, John Mayer, voice yuck, Yoko Ono, DOA. Yeah, well, we're always getting some of the Yoko Onos, that's for sure. Okay, I'm going to read this from over here. John Mayer, yeah. Brian Johnson. Yeah, that I knew that was going to come up. Because a lot of people don't like AC/DC because of the vocals. You know, and a lot of people don't like AC/DC because a lot of the stuff sounds the same. Now, if you're a real Rush fan, for instance, and you say everything sounds the same, I don't think it does. A little bit. But if you're a real fan, it's kind of like saying everything Genesis releases sounds the same. To a real fan, they go, what, are you crazy? And it doesn't anyway, so. Oh, John Mayer's coming up like crazy. Oh, the John Mayer. Dave, Will Hauer. I've never been a, a Bon Jovi fan. Not because of the voice, it's just the music I never found captivating enough. It just never did anything. Oh, Rick says David Clayton Thomas, great voice. What time is it? I have to do my radio show. Oh, Sonia, yeah, I like Bon Scott's voice. Bon Scott other than Brian Johnson, Bon Scott's voice was a little more sinister. There was something just kind of more naughty about it. Yeah, you know what I mean? So just to clarify, the guy can't stand, legendary singer with Kurt Cobain. Couldn't stand him, never liked him. But in this broadcast, I make it very clear the Lou Gramm interview's tomorrow morning. I thought it was today. I was waiting for him today, and I emailed his publicist, and I realized I had the wrong day. So we're doing it tomorrow, and we're going to air it tomorrow. We're going to put it up tomorrow. It's a lot of work, but we want to do it. So Kurt Cobain, to reiterate before I go off here, is a singer that is legendary singer. I thought the scratchiness and, like I couldn't take his voice. Now remember, before people say I'm a crazy guy, you can't help not liking something. If it's something that your body has this kind of weird reaction to, people always talk about their visceral reactions to things and their voices, and it is what it is. So they have 1.3 billion listens overall on Spotify. Formed in 87, they sold, oh man, the stats here, only 3 albums, but never mind, sold 10 million in the US, 30 million worldwide. In Utero, 5 million, 14 million worldwide. And then there was the first album that really didn't do that well, but it's insane. And no, not taking away from him. I could never stand his voice. And he, as I mentioned earlier, Kurt Cobain came upon that angst, that sadness in his voice because he was going through that, right? So that was his thing. He went through that, and it showed in his music, and people could relate to it. People felt it when he sang. All those great things. If I was going to write something about him, I would write all these beautiful things. But I'd be remiss if I didn't write. But by the way, I couldn't stand his voice. But a voice of a nation, that's for sure. Okay, a few more, and then we're going to take off like a good hoser that I am. Oh, Melody, I'm a huge AC/DC fan. Yeah, I like them. Steve Howe is bad. Steve Zubel, Bon Scott was the man. Yep. Ronnie Parker, is the Lou Gramm interview going to happen? Yes. I read that already. Showstopper Rob. Okay. Dave says, I agree, John. I cringe when I hear the chorus of Living on a Prayer or Bad Medicine. It was just not my thing. Bon Jovi was not my thing. But I wouldn't say Bon Jovi is a voice I can't stand. For me, it's just not my thing. RMN, Mick Jagger. Stones were great, but Mick's voice. Ambika. I never liked Foghat. Lou Gramm, though, well, you're talking 2 different bands there. Always loved Lou Gramm. Can't wait to talk to him tomorrow. DA 324. Mark, Aerosmith was drugged out and ACD were up and coming. Oh, yeah. I can't mention those names, Steve Zubel. Tim, Sheryl Crow for backstabbing. Oh, yeah. There's a whole thing on Kevin Gilbert and Sheryl Crow, Tuesday Night Music Club. Kevin Gilbert was part of that. Toy Matinee, after that. Excuse me. Anyway, the Tuesday Night Music Club would get together. Sheryl Crow would be there. She showed them their demos of the first album. The Tuesday Night Music Club said, no, we're going to fix that. They all kind of co-wrote. Kevin did too. And then and she called her album the Tuesday Night Music Club, and the rumor is that she left them in the dust. So that's the rumor. That's why a lot of Kevin Gilbert fans, if you don't know Kevin Gilbert, look him up. Amazing musician. Michael Lewis, I agree. Bon Jovi hurts the soul. Mark Burchett, Bon Phone's voice. What? Mark House, hi John. I never cared for Bruce Springsteen. I don't like him when he came out in the 70s, and I still don't like him. I turned 65 on Saturday. Happy birthday. So that's not going to change. No, it's not. Oh, phonies. Dwayne Dalton, Billy Corgan. He's come up many times tonight. Makes me think of Dumb and Dumber. Want to hear the most annoying sound? Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that from the movie. Kalo Diego. It's what people do with the type of voice they've got that makes good music. Mike McCarty. The worst, Sting and Axl. The best, Danny Joe Brown. Brad Delp. Yeah, well, the Flirtin' with Disaster boys lost all their lead singers, right? That's the thing. Okay, Molly Hatchet. DA324, Foghat was awesome. Beer Against Humanity. That's a great username. I thought it would be Geddy Lee. No, I actually like Geddy Lee. Sonia Flowers. Not the voice of Trent Reznor, but some of his music makes me physically ill. Chase Tower. Oh, Lemmy. Yeah, Lemmy was he just kind of kept it in that lane, Lemmy did. God bless him wherever he is. Steve says, yeah, he sucked giggles past cack. Robin Zander today is Robert Zander in the 80s. He has wrecked his voice. Oh, yeah. H. Godvilla, David Johansen, New York Dolls. Hey, yep, Buster Poindexter, that's right. David J. Meister. Those who hate Geddy Lee are obviously hair band zombies from the Blame Nirvana bunch. Oh, you guys are fun. You guys are. Rick says Lou Gramm is amazing, and I thank you. Oh, Jason says James Brown. Okay, folks, I gotta record a radio show. I have another job. I have a job. I have to fulfill my obligation to my radio show. I do a radio show in Vancouver every night. Keep them coming in the description. So far, we haven't heard anything back from Travis Barker. Let me check before I get off. Hold on. Where is it? Just hang on with me, guys. Let's see if there's an update on Travis. He was, by the way, for anyone who is, okay, dismiss. The last update with Travis Barker is he's been taken to the hospital. His daughter's asking for prayers. So it's the same thing I've been saying all night. And we don't know what it is, but he's in emergency. They got him in there really quick. Blink-182 drummer, of course, but he's played with a lot of people, and he's married to a Kardashian. But I wish him well. He's a great drummer. And if something happens tonight, we'll come on and announce it. But that's it. We wish him well. I hope he's okay. But thanks for everyone who's come on and talked to us tonight. It's something I want to do every single night. I don't always get a chance to do it because sometimes I'm busy putting interviews up. And right now it's Felix Cavalieri. We're putting up. We'll have it done tonight. We'll probably start putting it up tomorrow. I have Jeff Skunk Baxter for a second time tomorrow for an interview from Steely Dan and the Doobie Brothers. And I have the voice of Foreigner, not anymore, but he is the voice of Foreigner, Lou Gramm. So we'll put those up as quickly as possible. Mark Farner is coming up from Grand Funk on Tuesday. So lots of stuff coming up. Smash the like button. Sonia, thank you. Take care of yourself, guys. And thanks for coming on.